What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Broke to Broker YouTube channel. Boy, it's been a long time since I brought you guys a video. I'm super excited to be talking to you guys finally, about a fast food chain that has made a little bit of a noise recently, and it's one that I'm keeping my eyes on because I think that it has a lot of potential. There are obviously some risks with this one as it has had a lot of cutbacks, just setbacks in general, actually. But we are today discussing Jack in the Box. So, stock ticker Jack, and they've been through a rough one, man. We're looking at the past year. As you can see, at all-time high, it was hovering around like $40 of this last year, not all-time high, because if you look back 5 years, or even just, yeah, 5 years, 120. So they've dropped 300%. Well, I'm sorry. They've dropped 67% coming into 2025, where they dropped yet again another 60%, coming to a very low price of only 18 to 19, somewhere in that range. And they've climbed back a bit because of some of the strategic changes that they're making. And I think these are going to be pretty good for the overall company, very good for the stock as well. So yeah, it's good to be discussing a stock that actually has significant fundamental, assertion into its niche, which is Jack in the Box, over 2,000 locations. And they did acquire Del Taco back in 2022. They've since had to part ways, selling off that branch. So it's just now strictly them focusing on their hamburger corporation, which is Jack in the Box, and improving that. And there's even this Jack on Track strategic plan that they launched in 2025. We're going to discuss that as well. Essentially, that's to get them back into performing well financially, making the company, just sit a little bit better. But first, to kind of give us an idea of what, the overall message of Jack in the Box is, I asked Gemini to give me a photo of Jack in the Box. So, as you can see, this man is at a drive-through. He's being advertised for an Oreo milkshake, which I do want to say Jack in the Box probably has the best fast food milkshakes. I don't know why it is. I think also it's because of that big straw. They give you a big red straw, and it's just good. Like they cram so much Oreo into those things. I think they're pretty damn good. So shout out to the Jack in the Box Oreo milkshakes. I freaking love those. But yes, this man is not even in his car. That's how invested into the order he is. He had to get out of his car. He's perplexed by the amount of options, and yeah, he has two arms here, two left arms, no right arm. You don't need a right arm at Jack in the Box, just two left arms. He's talking on the phone while ordering, which is quite rude. And he appears to be pretty damn drunk, if I do say so myself. You see his eyes kind of glazed over red and looks pretty damn tired. And he needs to clean his dash. But I just thought I'd point that out. I said, give me a late night order of customer ordering Jack in the Box, and Gemini gave me this. So I thought it was super funny. Want to share that with you. And then also to continue on that, let's watch a quick commercial of Jack in the Box, because this one is one I remember very fondly back in the Super Bowl of 2018. This is Jack in the Box revealing their new teriyaki bowls.
While other burger places serve the same old stuff, I'm the only one with the bowls to serve something different. I mean, just look at my teriyaki bowls. Choose from steak or chicken, covered in teriyaki sauce, plus your choice of white or brown rice.
What about these bowls, Jack?
Hey, you got some pretty nice bowls there, and so does Dan.
Thanks, Jack.
Those are some nice bowls.
Everyone's gonna want to get their hands on Jack's bowls.
Come try my bowls!
Jack, the lawyers aren't comfortable with the new marketing campaign.
Why? People love my bowls.
See that right there? You can't say that.
I can't say people love my bowls?
No.
What about try my bowls?
Nope.
Check out my bowls?
Absolutely not.
Anyway, that's basically it. I just wanted to share that with you. I remember when that came out, it was during the hashtag Me Too era, and apparently there was a lot of feminists and politically correct woke people were a thing that just started happening in 2018, and people were like, "This is offensive. You can't say this. Jack in the Box is disgusting. I hate them." So yeah, I just thought it was super funny. Anyways, let's talk a bit more, about the meat and potatoes of what this stock is doing right now. So as you can see, Jack in the Box did pretty much bottom out in 2025 back in November. The overall stock market wasn't doing great until November. I think then we had a little bit of a resurgence with lots of other companies, stocks in general, kind of bouncing up a bit. As you can see now, we're still kind of trending upward. I hope that it continues on that trajectory so we can start to have a good run again in stocks. But I think that that's part of it. The other part is that they announced pretty late in 2025 that they are going to be selling Del Taco, and I think that they did complete that sale. Unfortunately, they did lose like 460 million in the investment since they acquired Del Taco for like 500 million and sold it for 100 million. They were able to use the money that they got from Del Taco to reinvest it back into their burger franchise. So a lot of the debt that they have, they're paying off. They also have a lot more cash on hand. So if we look over at the cash growth, just in the late, quarter of 2025, you can see that they have 100% increased in cash growth. That's due to the Del Taco sale. And they're also going to be cutting some low performing locations, which is just something. It's something that they're gonna have to do. Like any large franchise is gonna have locations that are underperforming. So that's part of their Jack on Track plan. They're going to be closing 150 to 200 underperforming restaurants. This just kind of weeds out where it's not, wanted, where the location is just not good for them. So I think that that's a smart move. They've also upgraded their ordering system. They now have electrical kiosks at Jack in the Box, which apparently saves them boatload of money. I've seen them already at the location near me. You just go up to a digital kiosk. It's really intuitive for any customer. You just tap on what you want. You don't even have to read to be able to use those digital kiosks. They're simple. I sure hope that anybody ordering food can read though, but you never know. It's 2026. But yeah, that's some of the major things they're doing. Reducing debt, improving cash flow, and potentially discontinuing dividends to reinvest in the business. Oh, that's actually not good. No, that's not good at all. Restaurant reimagining. So yeah, they've upgraded a lot of Jack in the Box older locations to the newer one. With the company that's been around since 1951, you're going to have some old locations. So they're going to be revamping them, of course. So they've been going 75 years. It's quite a long time. You can see this older picture of the clown back in the 50s with this chick kissing the clown. It's great. Love it. And they might have been a little creepy back then, but they have a better style with their mascot now, I think. Not as creepy. So that's always good. I mean, he's still a little bit creepy, but you're a Jack in the Box. You're supposed to be a little bit weird, a little bit freaky. Anyway, so let's talk about the price, because that's what kind of piqued my interest. I was like, how is a company that technically is worth billions? Because they are. I mean, if you look at the enterprise value, it's over like 4 billion, I think, was the enterprise value, but their market cap is down at 400 million, and that is due to how much debt that they have. They do have quite a bit of debt. So the thing is I believe with their Jack on Track plan and the selling off Del Taco, which was costing them boatloads of money, hemorrhaging them money, honestly, I think that they're going to get their costs, their prices in a much better spot. So They're basically cutting the fat and keeping what works, and I think that's the best plan for a company, especially a fast food company where there's so much competition. Um, and that's kind of also been a problem with Jack in the Box. They really do cater to people late night, like I was mentioning. Late at night because they're 24/7. You go there, you order anything greasy, and it's great because it's late. But outside of the late, consumers, there's not like a specific huge niche that they got. I know that they got curly fries, but Arby's has curly fries. Um, their food's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's the best food, but it's definitely pretty good. I just think there's so much competition when it comes to fast food. So the more they can kind of weed out what's not working and what does work, and basically restructure it, I think is the best plan that they got. I could see this thing in the next few years recovering to some of those higher costs of where they were. I'm not saying that they're going to go, all the way back to where they were in 2021 within the next year or two, but they could, because in 5 years they've dropped 75% in just that short period. So, bounce backs do happen. We just witnessed it with AMD, which I know, completely different sector, different tech. But companies do that. Sometimes they go through those rough patches where things are working well, then they drop down over 50%. Then they recover heavily and they're at their all-time high. Jack in the Box has been around for 75 years. I don't think that they're going to be going anywhere. It would definitely be a company you'd want to buy and hold for quite, a few years. Not saying for forever, but at least like the next 5 years, I could see this thing having a pretty decent return in that time frame. But it's just one I wanted to kind of, bring out to you guys just because of how insane, um, their costs have been. I mean, you can see it here. They've been around grinding, and sure, some things have set them back. They had an E. coli incident back in, I think it was 93. I don't even know if the stock was live back then. Looks like that's why they started their stock. No, in 1993, there was an E. coli breakout. Unfortunately, 4 kids died from it, and 700 or so people got infected. Um, Now they've increased. FDA's Food and Agriculture is definitely taken huge leaps and bounds due to these outbreaks. It's part of the reason we have such a rigorous um, food protocol for testing food and stuff is due to things like this. But yeah, they had that happen. They also had something back in, I think, 1981. Yeah, in 1981, they served horse meat and kangaroo meat. Apparently, their major Australian meat substitutions company were selling horse and kangaroo meat in place of beef. So it's insane. Um, I don't know why I'm really bringing that up because it doesn't really affect the stock, but it's just some things I found out just doing some research on Jack in the Box, and I just thought that was wild. Anyway, I do see good things for this stock in the next few years. I would definitely love to hear your guys' opinions, just because they're such a big player, over 2,000 locations. They're not going anywhere. Let me know what you guys think of this stock and what you predict the stock future looks like for this company. But as always, it's Ben Cameron from the Broke to Broker YouTube channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and butt grease.